Fair use copyright facts. This is part one, which will be the very short part, and then we will have a part two. In about 24 hours of time, actually most of it was probably within 12 hours, somewhere between 200 and 300 people talked about the mini-chomp, and specifically the player mini-chomps hacking. I know people that hack, including the most notorious one ever, that has done it for years and years. I know people that have been accused of hacking well, let's say very well, that didn't. I myself have been accused of hacking many, many times, and I haven't, which is why I played nonstop for 14 years. The question that came up on several Discords, messages directly sent to me, and team and map chat. I can't even say it was always a question because a lot of people were making statements. Many Chomps and crew are hacking, fact. Some of it were questions. Fastcore, do you think they're hacking? So it was about 200 to 300 people. I don't have a number for you, I didn't keep track, but that's a good amount. Several asked me, because I've done so in the past, to look at some footage, which I did. And I've watched many Chomps stream, and I've played, teamed with, and yeah, I'm scratching my back. Let's say against the Chomp people, normally just watching them. I don't fight them normally. Okay, I was distracted. So as I said, I would keep part one short. Are they hacking? No. Is many Chomp specifically hacking? No. Unless in many hundreds of hours, mysteriously, magically, they knew I was watching and didn't hack when I was watching and recording, which is impossible. Also, you would think in many hundreds of hours that they would have screwed up once. I'm going to say more than 99% chance they don't hack. None of them I know, but certainly as her name came up, many Chomps, no. Now in part two, I'm going to go into this more. The short version, like it or not, and this is not because I, am friendly-ish with many Chomps. This is just fast facts. Many Chomps, I don't like dealing in absolutes. If I say something that sounds like an absolute, chalk it up to 99% or better. Okay? Many Chomps is smarter than all of you. At least 99% of you. Fact. Many Chomps reaction time, and I did a video on best reaction time a couple years ago of players, and many Chomps was on that list. As a pro drag racer, reaction time is everything. I have software to measure this, and I have a really good eye from, I don't know, tens of thousands of passes at the world level of drag racing. It's just something I know. Many Chomps has better reaction times than all of you, and significantly better in some cases. Many Chomps seems to have a decent internet connection. I've never asked her, like her ping and does she jitter, etc. She also, now I'm going to say a word here, and I'm going to end this part one very shortly. I'm going to say a word here in advance. Do not take this word the wrong way. Don't quote me out of context. Many chomps specifically, I can't speak for the other players because I don't know them. Except one guy, I don't even know his name, who always seems to be with her. One of her, I don't know, there's a little guy that's her support bot. Many chomps, at least on Mesmer, I think she's terrible in every other class. Many chomps exploits that Mesmer to its fullest. Now, before you start, when I say exploit, I don't mean it like most of you usually do as far as hacking. Script, macros, or what one guy told me. He said, I don't hack, I use tools. She efficiently knows her traits, the let's say positive and negatives of her gear, what's capable, and she uses this to its maximum potential. Very few people use their tunes, the combination of armor and traits and skills you choose, and all of this to its maximum potential. Very few do this except great players. The amount of people in this game, and this is not a pro many chomps thing or simping, I'm just stating facts. The amount of people that combine high IQ, fighting IQ, that lead a somewhat healthy lifestyle, I'm pretty confident that many chomps has not spent most or all of her life smoking weed and popping all kinds of pills that Chinese people make. Even though she eats terribly, I might talk about that later. Oh man, if I could feed her real food, you really wouldn't want to face her. Okay, yeah, I wanted to keep it under 10 minutes, the first part. The amount of people that combined high IQ with a good connection and, yeah, extremely good reflexes, eye-hand coordination, etc., and the exploitation of their tune, again, as far as the traits, the weapon, all of these, synergistically is a very small, probably on one hand I can count the people. Some people have good reflexes. Some people play their class pretty well but have a bad connection. This combination on many chomps is very rare. Like I said, it's a very small number of people. Anyway, so two things that got brought up. One, are they hacking? No. They're a crew that plays together all the time. It's always the same people. They know what's going on. She kind of leads, and all the other people, which are usually support, follow her. And they play smart. I know you were waiting for me to get on and destroy her the way I do people sometimes when they deserve it, but I gotta keep it real. There's no hacking. I went frame by frame when I got on just the other day, and while people in map and team chat, and even messaging me, but mostly in chat, look at these guys hacking. They're zipping all over. It's impossible. Constant teleports. They had multiple thieves, multiple mesmers, all with ports. They're very mobile. And they were playing tricksy. Period. And every time someone would say something, it was a couple of people most of the time that were spamming this stuff. One of which was a woman, fact, because I heard her on a Discord on voice. She was mostly PvE. She was in the zone for, I don't remember, some kind of weekly or daily or some item. I don't PvE at all, so I don't know. But she was in there. Let's say she wasn't a regular. She was a druid with a brown bear pet. Those of you that play this game know what that means. And she just went on and on and on about how impossible this was. Yeah, I'm about to end this in under a minute. Yes. Oh, the second thing. I was told, as I wasn't on, that many chomps talked about me for an hour and a half over and over. I heard about a half hour of it. I was eating, which is what I usually do when I watch her or doing paperwork. And I don't know why she kept talking about it and saying that you're camping guards, and I don't know. She sounded upset. I have no information on this, but evidently it went on for an hour and a half. Not continuous, but she would stop and bring it up again and stop it. I wasn't even on. Some people sent me clips. I don't know why. I don't care. To me, this is pixels. This is not real life. I know to some of you, this shit matters, and you go on and lose sleep. I don't. Right. All right, so that's the end of part one. Are they hacking? No. That's the simple answer. And now I'm going to do a slightly longer part two. Yeah, I think I'm going to end here. All right, I'm going to end this because I'm tired of reading. I don't know why Chomp for an hour and a half kept talking about it. I don't know. She seems mad or butthurt or something. Coping, question mark? I don't know. So you're all asking, however many are in this Discord, I don't want this to be long. So normally I don't mess with Chomp. I've always said I like little Chompy. I think she's adorable. She makes content for a lot of people. She gets a lot of views in the hundreds. So that's good for the community. I think she's super cute. She made spam cookies. Normally I just watch them. But for some reason or another, one of the simps shot at me. I was scratching my back 3 times. Now, I could see once or something by an accidental, tab target. Some people tab target. But the other 2, made a beeline for me, ran around other people and shot me. Did nothing, and I typed no over again. So I assumed that meant they wanted me to get in on this. Plus, as soon as I had logged on, I saw map chat, and they were talking about, there's this unkillable group of hackers. They've been here for, whatever the time was, 2 hours. Nobody can kill them. They keep whatever. Teleport hacking. Quite honestly, Chomp runs port, and they had at least one thief with them who was running the portal. I didn't see any hacking. They just play tricksy. It's a group that plays together all the time. So right off the bat, I want to say, none of them were hacking. I have a video let's just say I have a video. I'm not going to release it because I like Chompy, and I normally don't release certain types of vids unless somebody smack talks. And they don't smack talk me, so I have no reason to release the video. Now, I will say, after Chompy uncharacteristically, cried and cried on her stream about me, the main cope and story was that you're all talking about, she implied that I was hiding in the guards. So first of all, concerning that, you're in our area, right? I don't control where you go. If you're in the guards, I'm in the guards. I wasn't camping the guards. I was camping you. That's for such a smart person, that's the stupidest thing she's ever said in her life. Number one. Two, it was a lie. So I watched the first day of footage, which was 33 kills that we got. Part of the time I wasn't support. I was on my damage ellie, and I did kill her. But I will show you some clips. She implied every time you were hiding in the guards, which isn't true because they don't, I'm at red base. To get the guards involved, you have to be up on the highest level of steps or pretty close before they'll even run out. At no time were they near those guards. In fact, at no time were they really within 1,200 of the guards. So, I don't know, I guess the coping, question mark, was, well, you only farmed us because you had the guards helping. Well, if that was true, don't fight in the guards. Right? Does that make sense to anyone? So here's one of the times that I was hiding in the guards. As you can see, all the guards helping. Here's one of the times. Here's another time. You're hiding in the guards. Yeah, I think there was 6 of them. We farmed them over and over. It was, look, I keep it real. Chomp and her crew. No, they're all Chomp, but sometimes they show other tags. I don't know why. They just do. I've even seen Chomp not show Chomp. But yeah, they're all her crew. But here's another time you camp and hide in the guards. And I simply said, most of them, if not all, were open field. You think I need the guards to mitigate you? I don't know, it was coping or... Look, I wouldn't have made it, but she kind of talked for an hour and a half on her stream. In fact, people on her stream were messaging me. If I'm not mistaken, it was 11. 11 of 130 people. But yet again, no guards for hundreds of units. You camp the guards. Yet again, no guards. Listen, people, I have 33 or 35 kills the first day. And so far today, she'll probably, no, she's got some more time on. It's 9. We're nowhere near guards. That's just not stating facts. Right. Oh, must have been the guards. I mean, look, I state facts. There are no guards ever. No, I zoomed in here. There was 6 or 7. They might have had 8 at that point. And we had, I don't know, whatever this is. Right. There was no... It's just ridiculous. Yes. Well, listen, I don't talk junk unless someone runs their mouth to me. I know, I've heard and seen shots of things Chomp had said about me in the past. That's fine. But she talks about other classes and other builds and gear, literally plays the easiest, most broken class in the build. I'm not, in advance, I'm not mad, I don't care, but she plays the easiest, most broken class in the build with, I don't know her skills, with potentially 2 teleports if she uses Mimic, potentially, depending on her exact build, I don't know, 30 seconds of stealth. The underwater thing doesn't work anymore with the water sigil. That got nerfed, I think because of me talking about it. But arguably plays the easiest, most broken thing and has an entire squad of support. Heal bots and other thieves for teleport. And I'm not mad at all. It's part of the game. They're roamers. You got to be mobile. It's smart. But she talks about other people's classes and builds and gear playing the easiest thing in the game to play, the most broken. Now, if that's not true, right, and it's not just her, other people do this, why do you not see Chomp playing other classes? Right? It's easy to talk when you're on something broken, right? I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and one of you is going to say, I've seen her on a warrior for 3 minutes. I've seen her on a necro. Yeah, and she dies over and over and over because when you're used to a broken class, right, that's easy mode, arguably the easiest in the game. I have one. I don't think I've ever died on it. I played a spear mez. It was insane. I just didn't find it fun. It's almost so easy, it's no challenge for me. And she's a smart cookie. She plays it smart. But I'm just saying, you won't see Chomp all day or a week or a month on a not spear mez. You won't see her on a ranger or anything else. Yes, and she might get drunk, and somebody might say, hey, try this or that. And for 10 minutes, she'll play something, die 36 times. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this. Listen, here's another fine example of you camp the guards. No. This one, I turned it on late. Yes. And she was running probably 1/4 dead. She had just I knew what she was going to do. I know her tricksiness. This is why she doesn't hurt me one-on-one. Her rotation, it's good, but I know what she's going to do. It's very easy to avoid her damage. It doesn't matter if I'm on full Zerk, assassin, whatever, minstrel. It's very easy to avoid. This build and this rotation, after it blows its wad, it has nothing. I guess you can 1-1-1-1-1, right? Yeah. No, it's simply I just had fire. I actually was goofing with something when I saw her run by, and I had a goofy build on, and yeah, she went right down. But what you'll notice is there's no guards. I know. She went on and on and on about it. I just want to set the record straight. It was coping. And again, this isn't mad. I don't dislike Chomp. She helps the community, and she's fun, bubbly. Wait. Why did she do the stream? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm assuming to make money. I mean, she doesn't get numbers. Who's that guy in England that looks like a caveman? I forgot his name. Teapot. He gets big numbers. I don't know what the pay structure is like on Twitch, but I'm sure I've seen him in the multiple thousands and certainly high hundreds. She gets probably more than anyone but him in Guild Wars. Although I really don't look at a ton of the other ones, but I see her at 150, 130 all the time. I'm assuming, if this is what you're asking, she makes streams for money. But I don't know how much you make. I'm not like making fun of it, but I'm saying even if she's perma 135 people, I don't think that's $500 a week or anything. I don't know, but I don't think it is. So if you're asking why did she do it, I don't know. She seems artsy, because I see her draw. She cut out this little ghosty monster that was behind her that's kind of cute and funny. Some people are hams. they're yeah, they like to do. It wouldn't shock me if she was in band or in like drama in high school and maybe college, some kind of, yeah, where she was in plays and whatever. Maybe she, I don't know. Plus, she's kind of a nerdy person, and this is like high level for nerdy people. All right, I want to end this quickly. So I don't know if it's for the money, but what's the difference? Showing off what? All right, this is. You seem like a hater. She's probably killed you a bunch of times. Yeah, I'm just not gonna engage her. It's just silly. Uh, no, this guy's saying that she doesn't want to. Yeah, I scrolled back. She doesn't show her deaths. That's completely false. There is no cuts and this isn't a video she streams, and there's no. That's absolutely insane and ridiculous. She shows her deaths and usually like giggles about it. Not as much as Candy Guzzler, who literally laughs hysterically when she dies. All right. Anyway, no guards anywhere. Listen, I could go through. Yeah, I don't know, close to 50, and there's no guards anywhere. That's a fact. Uh, I don't know the names of. Let me rephrase that. I can't put a name to a tune. Like I hear Chompy say Barry all the time. I don't know who Barry is. I hear the name, and but I don't know. Is he the thief? Is he that super mobile wheel bender? Is he? I don't know. Like this guy killed this. I don't know. I got about 8 or 9 where we farmed him, and I don't know his name. I don't really know any of them. There's one that's kind of cool that says hi sometimes. Oh, one of the thieves she plays with. But anyway, that's your answer. I don't know who is who. But this is the one that shot at me a couple of times. Right? I was just watching, so I assumed they wanted me to get into the fight. Plus, honestly, I was getting begged. They were crying. My side was like, these guys are unkillable, and they're hacking, port hacking all over. And I was like, oh, is it IE? Is it Hattie? I know those guys. Is it Pinoy and friends, Shinobi, they hack. So I was a little surprised, and I'm like, Chomp doesn't hack? I mean, if you were a streamer and hacked, you'd be a retard. You'd be caught in seconds. And she's a little smarter than that. She's a lot smarter than that. So no, they're all very predictable. Uh, they I really don't want to get into this. I want to end this. Listen, I could show pictures, 50 of them, over and over. And I assure you, not one that's near guards. That's a fact. So why she said that, I don't. Why are you camping guards? It's ridiculous. At no point did guards help. And, like I said, I go where the fights are. I would only be at the guards if you were at the guards. All of these you see me in open field. I have no. Listen, I'm being nice, but I have no fear of Chomp. I can stand there on 10 tunes on 5 gear set, whatever the amount of tunes are. Honestly, I play 3 usually. But on 3 and on multiple gear sets and solo, she would never do anything to me. Because I know her rotation and how her mind works. Yes. But I'm going to end on this. I'm gonna say this differently. she leads and the other people follow. That's fine. She's aggressive and wants to, engage. Cool. But she often doesn't fight open field. She goes to areas. Let me finish. Somehow, look, she's a smart cookie. She's smarter than all of you. That's a fact. And her clock speed of her brain from genetics is higher than all of you. Period. A life of not smoking weed and doing whatever fucking drugs you guys do. She drinks like a fish? I know maybe once a week on stream I see her have a little of her Christmas vodka. No, but she doesn't get sloshed. And I've never heard it during the week. I don't think she's an alcoholic. Okay, listen, she's smarter than all of you, and her clock speed is higher than all of yours. And she's tricksy. She knows, how to take advantage of that broken class and build. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Exactly. But she fights in spots somehow more than anyone I know. Chompy knows every... Oh, I almost said something some of you wouldn't like. Every cheap spot where she can be on, let's call it the ground level, and teleport up, and then you can't get to her. Right? So you will see her fighting by these walls or at Blue Base. I guess I'll call it the backside facing SM. She's over there a lot. Again, not mad, don't care. I'm just stating facts. Because there's a lot of places where you can teleport up and down, even through like walls, whether it's a bug or not. It's part of the game. Yeah, willbenders can do it, or they used to be able to. But she knows every tricky spot where to fight. She doesn't talk about it. Hey, I'm going to go over here because I know I can always get away. She knows right where to put portals. This is smart. This is called being tricksy. I have always said about this game that people don't get. Playing smart greater than gear and build and stats. And she's tricksy. And when you combine that with other mezzes and other thieves, they have so many invises and teleports. Right. They just... People think it's hacking, but it's multiple mezzes. Right. I don't know his build. I don't remember, or her. I don't know who this is. Some black guy, maybe? Is that what you said? You think he's black because his tune is bark-colored? I don't know how that's... Okay, that's ridiculous. But anyway, yes, she's a smart cookie. She will always fight where there's trickiness. This is not... No, it's not cheating. It's not cheesy. It's part of the game. It's within her mechanic. Okay. She makes fun of everyone that she can't kill. Yeah. Look. Oh, anytime someone can resist her, they're tanky, they're automatically minstrel or this or that. Here's the thing. This game has variety. It's, part of the game. We say in racing, especially street racing, being a drag racer, run what you brung. And if you race someone and you run your mouth, I'll run you, especially when money's involved, and then you lose and you bitch, you didn't say you had nitrous and this, that, the other thing. Look, you came with your car, I came with mine, and we ran. Yeah, so I've heard her kind of talk about builds and gear. All this guy says, why play the game? Look, you play what you want, right? And I'll play what I want. I'm surprised no one has ever said, okay, you don't like what my class, my gear, my traits. Okay, we don't like you on the most broken easy mode class ever. Play anything but a Mez. Go. You know how many times she went a week without playing Mez? Zero in 14 years. How many times in a day? And I'm not just picking on her, it's other people too. Anyway, we're getting off topic. This was about you were camping guards. No. Now I wasn't gonna say anything. They were owning, from what I heard. I wasn't on. I just came on and heard my team crying about them. And I watched for a couple seconds, as always, I was eating, and I saw them zipping around with multiple ports for multiple mezzes, thieves, etc. Right, and I recorded all of it. I even watched frame by frame. Did you catch that? And I was like, yeah, that was a thief teleport. Well, I didn't see. Well, you're dumb. Yeah, they're tricksy. They don't talk about it. They don't. She doesn't say, "Hey guys, I'm going to put a secret portal over here to be sneaky." You guys just don't catch it. Well, just stating the facts, they were owning until literally the second I got in the fight, and then they died over and over and over until they decided we're not going back there anymore. Today, it's now Sunday. They were camping our area. I'd have to look to see how many times they got farmed when I was around, but they left and haven't come back. Let's just say that. And most of the time, quite honestly, I'm not directly trying to get them. I normally, like I said, I normally don't fight Chomp and her people. It's a little bit easier when they all tag Chomp, but if there's some Chomps and then some other tags, I go for the other tags, just assuming it's, some pugs hanging around them. I don't know who's Chomp and who isn't. And sometimes someone with another tag goes near a Chomp, and something I may do is AE. I can't help that. Right. I don't know why this is even a thing, and you guys are talking about it. All right, one or two questions, and then I really want to end this, guys. This whole video is just stupid. I just played the game. Right. I forget what word you guys used. But I don't seek them out, like to attack them. They don't want that. I mean, two DAOC were out, and there was 30 to 50 kills in a couple minutes with two of us. So, yeah. Okay. All right. One or two quick questions, and I want to end this. This is dumb. I don't even want to post this. Yeah, it's all recorded, but I just don't see. Do you know who is a known racist? Chomp is an I think you spelled that wrong. Well-known anti-Semite and pro-Hitler. First of all, this is really not game related. I don't care, personally. I don't know what she does in her real life. She has two adorable dogs and a Yeti who evidently got attacked. Don't ask. She has a Yeti. I've never heard it, personally. I hop on for a couple minutes. I usually show a goofy food picture. I say hi. And while I'm eating, usually meal one, which is when she's streaming, I'll get on her if I'm doing some quick paperwork or something. I've never heard her say anything anti-Jew or pro-Hitler, personally, in many hours of viewing. She's never messaged me out of the blue like, hey, fast car, how about those Jews? I've never. Now, again, she's a smart cookie and streaming, and people get removed from Twitch all the time for way less bad things. So I don't think she would be dumb enough to just start talking about, you know, of all people, the Jews who have a lot of power. So I don't know anything about that. And look, this is America, and we have freedom of speech, which I believe in. And it goes both ways. Now, in this case, I have no opinion. But even if I did, we have free speech. If she wants to talk about Jews or these people or those, she has every right to. So, I don't care. Even when people talk about Valen and Gilgen being super racist and all of this, I don't care. Now, plus, they have no effect. It's not like they're swaying millions of people. No one listens to them. But yes, so I don't care about that. And what was your other thing? I don't know anything about a beef with Oops. I've never heard her. Listen, I'm being impartial. I'm not taking her side or whatever you just said. I've never, in hundreds of hours of listening over the years, heard her say, hey, hey gang, let's go attack just Oops. Do they do it? Maybe. I've never heard her say it. And they only attack the weak. First of all, ridiculous. I see her run into groups of 5 to 20 and start blasting, not singling someone out. So that's ridiculous. But if you're a smart player and there's someone like me that's notoriously difficult to kill, are you going to try to kill the hardest to kill person or the easiest kill? Not to mention, it makes you look like a superstar. If you have three, what's the word? Peepos? Am I saying that right? And you're streaming, it looks, let's be honest, a lot of the people that watch streams are terrible players. For whatever that is, that's a fact. They can't do, so they watch all day and night. Right. And it makes so they think they're watching a superhero, in this case, Chomps. And when she goes by herself and blasts 3 people, oh, look, she's so good, she killed. There are terrible players. There's housewives that play rangers that have brown bear pets from PvE. You know they're terrible. But when she goes and blasts 3 of them, the streamer, like, she's awesome. Yeah, she's good, but on a broken class. But, right, it makes her look good. It's exciting. It's, when you watch an action movie, Marvel, you don't want to see the good guys get their ass kicked. You want to see them whip ass, right? Exactly. I've heard her say things. She'll be I do the same thing. Quick Cry does it. Any good player. You'll hear her call out, oh, that particular necro, easy kill. I remember people by their look. Oh, that guy's easy to kill. He's weak to Condi. That one's weak to power. Whatever. But of course, this is just smart playing. But look, I'm going to end this. This is just getting complete. All of you are silly. Right. Yeah, everything all of you are saying. Yeah, most of you, look, I'm keeping it real. Most of you seem mad because she and crew, um, why do you never see her solo? Well, when you're even on a broken class, when you're and build, when you're used to having 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 supports, and then it's not the same on your own. But you're not really going to see that. All right, listen, I want to end this. I don't know what this thing is you're all talking about with Oops. I don't know why beef. I don't know why she would have a beef with Oops. I don't play with them, but I know I know one or two guys, one girl, in Oops. They're nice people. They're led by a guy named Jaspy, who's married to a nice, I don't know what kind of Asian. I'm going to say Chinese. A nice Asian lady. I think she's a doctor, or somebody said she was. He's a cool guy. I've talked to him. He's mellow. He's fun. He makes guild groups and little. He gives joy to people. He's a nice guy. In real life, he's definitely a nice guy. I could see if somebody was a complete asshat and shit talker, Chomp, or anyone having beef, but Jaspy, they're nice people, at least the ones that I've talked to, but certainly him. So I've never seen this beef, I've never heard of it, and I couldn't for the life of me understand why. Not to mention they do different things. Chomp kind of lives in EB, as she should, because the Borderlands, it's kind of easy mode for the B team. And Jaspy is more of like a mini Zerg. I don't know, they roll with 12 or 16. They kind of do their own thing. So they're not really doing the same kind of stuff. I don't even know how they would really run into each other. So that's all I have to say about that. I've never heard it, I've never seen it, and I don't know why you keep saying they always pick on Jaspy and harass him, and I don't know why they would. Like I said, he's a super, super nice guy. He's fun, and he's just a nice guy. It would be like having beef. I can tell you the single nicest guy in the game that no one has ever beefed with, ever, in 14 years. A guy named President Fork. Or maybe Jumpy. They're just super nice. Everybody loves Fork and his donkey, Brutus. Microcosm Itzel? Oh, she's a bitch. No, she's not. I like her. She's my friend. Okay, so the spams are coming in so fast. I don't know anything about that. That boyfriend of hers? Are you talking about the French guy? I forgot his name. Was it? No, it's not Llama. Trust me. Yeah, that's him. I don't know what happened with that. I don't get into that whole culture, romance. He has a beef with Jaspy? I don't know why he would either. Like I said, Jaspy's a nice guy. He doesn't spam people. He doesn't like salty whisper, whatever you call it. He's just a nice guy. He does giveaways and he has a bunch of friendly people. Except that fish bitch, Tracy. Thinks she's so cool because she's the #1 fisherman. It's an inside thing. Alright. Yes. So 100%, you just asked again, they are not hacking. They have at least a thief often, if not more, and they have one or more thieves. Right, all of which can do portals and various teleports. This is not a teleport hack or whatever you're saying. And as far as the zipping up and down different levels, this is just a teleport thing. But it doesn't work everywhere. But somehow, like I said, Chompy's a smart cookie. She knows every little sneaky spot where you can do that. I don't. It's not cheesy or cheating. It's if it's part of the game and you don't get banned for it, why not take advantage of it? Right. Dude, she has a deep knowledge. Chomp could make a video. I'd like to see it, like every sneaky teleport spot in EB. And I bet it would be an hour long. I just play differently and I don't need to do that personally, no matter what gear I'm set in. Yeah, get right. Okay. No matter what, I'm ending on this. On your Ranger. This is pretty long. I have many builds. One I got rid of. I used to have a trapper, but they completely nerfed traps and trapper runes. I have a full healer that I play slightly less now than I used to, who's awesome. I have a bodyguard with 12,000 armor that heals decently, but he's super survivable. I can hang around with thieves and mesmers with no teleport, no invis, and not die. He's the guy with, don't quote me on this, 85 deaths in 14 years. I have a full assassin bow guy, only because I'm big on 100% crit, and he's built appropriately as opposed to Zerk, which is a little harder to get 100%. I have a Condi guy, but I don't like it. But anyway, yes, I have. It just depends what role I'm filling. Even on my Mesmer, I have a sword guy. Great sword. I know Chomps doesn't like it, but mine is good, at least the way I play it. I have a Condi staff guy. I have a healer guy. I have both a full power and a full Condi vert. No, I don't like the new. What is the guitar guy called? I don't even remember the name. I just the whole mechanic, the whole. I just think it's whack and bad, and your time is spent, in my opinion, better off playing something or somebody else. All right, we're off topic. Anyway, no, they don't hack. There's not one instance where I hid or camped guards. That was just sour grapes or coping, or I don't know what that was. I don't even know why she confronted me about it over and over. It was kind of, she's mad. I don't know. But they shouldn't have shot at me. Right. I mean, she said, anyway, first of all, I can play however I want. Why were you even where we were when you could have been elsewhere in the game? I guess I could say the same thing to her. She implied, like, what? How are you helping? What are you doing? I could say the same to them when it was just four of them. You're kind of just hanging around our keep. Mostly they were killing solos, like coming out of the keep going to SM. How are you helping? Do you think that's making a difference in the war? No. If you were taking towers and yeah, using her logic, what the fuck do they do? That makes no impact at all. Right. How is what I'm doing any different than what they're doing? But again, the only reason I did it was because they shot at me. Right. Don't shoot at me. No, not one of them. One on one, no, none of them do. No, no. Oh, I have. I've let Chompy attack me, and I just kind of stood around. Uh, I'm sure she'll say that. Oh, you were probably in minstrel, or maybe she cheats and uses that thing that shows other people's gear. I don't know, but I've done it in multiple sets. It's just a timing thing. Plus, I have an unbelievable ping here and a fast PC. I on a good day I'm at 9 to 15 ping. Not many people are there, so there's a little bit of a speed difference, but I know her rotation. It's as simple as a block or a dodge. All her damage, or anyone that plays that really, happens in a second or two, and then they've blown their wad and they have nothing and run away. So, I see that shit coming a mile away. The only exception is if they do it out of stealth and you're focused on, if I have my back turned, but one on one, no, it just doesn't. This vid should have been 4 minutes and it's probably near an hour. Yes. No, I just wanted to say one, I wasn't camping guards. Again, I could make this 4 hours and show the near 50 kills, and none of them were with guards helping, despite what she implied. That's ridiculous. Right. Yes. Oh, I have, but I'm not going to talk about that. Not on this vid. No, I won't fight them anymore unless they shoot at me. No, they don't want to do that. We did this with just me solo or just with Pepe, mostly on his thief. If they got 5 and I can take 5 from DAOC, they'll never play this game again. Right. I like to watch them. They're fun. I like to see the teleport. Listen, all right, I'm going to end this. So, all of it was ridiculous. I don't know why you guys are talking about. I don't know why she brought it up for an hour, an hour and a half, over and over and over. Mad? I don't know. They're absolutely killable, obviously, because I got a folder. Right. Because you said please in caps 96 times, go. And then I'm ending on this thought. Guild versus guild, how would they do against. I don't know what that word is. Hat? Hattie. Oh. I forget. Aren't they. Is that QQ? I forget what their name is. Hattie. I think that's QQ. Yeah, I've. Well, first of all, there's more QQ than there is Chomps, I think. But if you just took, you know, Hattie and. Look, Hattie's group is his full nomad warrior and 26 thieves. Right. Uh, yeah, I think Hattie's group would win. Really, the only usually except evidently this time. Chomps group is her, spear mez, and everyone supports her. Usually. For the person that hates support so much and makes fun of them and puts them down, she has full-time support, multiple supports, always. I'm not hating, but I'm just saying. That's not related to this. That's false. I've seen Chomp on what she calls a healer, but it's no healer like mine. It's kind of support, question mark? I don't know what she's doing, but it's not a healer. She doesn't get half the numbers that mine does. A third. No, but I've seen her go chrono. I've seen her on vert. I've seen her on whatever she calls a healer. That's not true. I don't know who that is. Again, I don't talk to her other people, so the guy you're talking about that usually support, I don't know who that is. There's one that I often hear on voice that's really low on her stream. A guy that reses her when she dies most of the time. He's pretty solid. I don't know his name. All right, this is all done. I'm going to end this. No hacking, 100% fact. I don't care what any of the haters are saying. Fact. I've watched her on the stream and I've watched my video from the last 2 days, and there is not a frame. There's not even anything suspect where I was like, that's sus. No, it's all just teleports from thieves and mesmers. The invis, I don't know what she runs. She switches weapons or traits very quickly. But she at least has mass invis, which is smart. Mine, no. She gets one, I get two because I'm a chrono. There's a way you can. I'm not going to go into it, but no, that's one. But thieves also get black powder and a whole bunch of ways. But absolutely, there is no hacking of any sort. There's no speed hack. In fact, she's very slow. We were on comms when we were farming them, like, man, is she slow. She has no speed at all. Which I'm not sure why, because you can, I have a build similar to hers, and mine is fast. I'm not sure why she's so slow. I I don't even know what that means. Okay. I was on the. Wait, you were on the stream when Ego attacked her. Oh, you were on the stream. So her one of her dogs, the bigger one, I think his name is Ag or Ago or Aggie, but people call him Egg. Oh, he started eating you. This is a. She's Many Chomps has a pet Yeti that she got for Christmas or something, and it seems that somehow the dogs got a hold of it and started eating it. So you were there. Oh, you heard me ask? And she put a band-aid on him. She healed him. It'd be funnier if she used like gauze. That would be hysterical. All right. All right, I'm ending this no matter what. So there you go. You got all your answers. You saw the facts. I normally wouldn't do this, but she kind of ran her mouth over and over and kept saying you were hiding in the guards. So yeah, I gotta set shit straight. Facts. I have no reason to release all of the footage because they don't talk junk to me. I'm sure behind my back they do, or she does, or at least that's what people say. Yes. But, she's snarky. No, they don't salt whisper me, or she doesn't. None of them do. So I don't release videos unless somebody's, a real shit talker. It's just not interesting to me. I have folders on all kinds of people. Lots. But if they don't talk shit, I don't release them, whatever you call it. I don't put them on blast. Uh-huh. I frankly don't believe you. I've never seen Chomp duel. I'm not saying she hasn't. Obviously, I don't see her all day, but I'm just saying in my 100 hours or multiple hundreds of hours on the stream, like all added up, I've never seen her duel. So telling me, I just don't, it either wasn't her, maybe you saw the tag Chomp or whatever they are, Chom. Maybe it was this guy, whoever this is, or I don't know what Barry plays. Maybe it was him. But I've never seen her duel. I don't even hear her talking about duels. So I don't think you smashed her. Well, that's a difference. Just because that's not a duel, that's a one-on-one. And you're a thief? Well, yeah, I could see a thief on a one-shot build coming out of stealth, but even then I find it hard to believe. Even though I'm assuming she's full Zerk, she's tricksy and has good reflexes and a fairly solid connection. I don't think it's as fast as Pepe and I get here. But that's not a duel, that's just you ganked out of stealth. All right. All right, I'm done. Legend. Have fun, people.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's a knowable fact. It's a provable fact.